expect from your characters this season with the whole pod situation happening, third pod now? So what can we expect from you guys? What can you tell us? What are you allowed to?
You can expect a lot of anxiety from Yo-Yo. She's going to get pretty anxious about certain things.
Yeah.
Pretty scared.
Yeah.
About sucks.
Can you describe the things? Because we saw part of the episodes already, so...
I can't. No, I can't say why.
I can say that a difference for my character will be you will see more of, and I think they already showed this, so you're going to see more of a family side of Mac.
And that's what's making me anxious.
Yeah. There's like the more. I'm telling you. Let me just tell you something. When you ask these questions, I'm stuttering, I'm stammering. Yeah. I am, because I don't want to get in trouble, man. You know what I mean? But you're going to see more of Mac as a family person. If you remember in the very beginning, Mac was someone who was very reticent to get involved with violence. He didn't like fighting and all that kind of stuff. So, I think there might be a throwback to that kind of thing. Because I remember, the framework is in a completely different atmosphere. You're a person where, very much unlike you are in S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah.
I know you can't say too much, but what's going to happen in the finale? No, let's go with something for you guys. Like, are you enjoying getting to play all these different characters all in the same season? Well, it's the same character, but just different versions of you guys.
I mean, you're a Ghost Rider.
I'm loving it. I'm telling you, I'm very grateful for the challenges and the opportunity and the responsibility that the writers have given me. I absolutely love every minute of it. The only thing I would want to be different is I would like to work with her more. Honestly.
I play only one character, but she's so multi-everything that I love it anyways. No, Yo-Yo hasn't had LMDs or anything, so I just get to play. That we know of. That's why I can't answer that question further.
Was it hard tracking? Like, who was the LMD and who wasn't?
Oh, definitely. That's what we were just saying in the other table. We need the writers and producers on set all the time because you have to ask questions. Because even if you read the script, I'll read the script and be like, I don't understand. And a lot of things are also hidden from us. So yeah,
so they don't tell you like everything.
Oh.
How far in advance
No.
No.
We know as much as you guys.
Yeah, let me tell you. Clark is number one on the call sheet, right? I go, Clark, come on, man. You know something. You know what's going on. Clark is like, I don't know. They don't tell us anything. Anything. There are things that happen in the final episode that we're getting ready to shoot that I mean, it blows my mind. I'm like, wait a minute, what? I'm telling you.
Even us, and we ask.
We get no explanation.
How far in advance do you get, like, regarding the script, like this season, like this storyline, so how far in advance do they sneak you like inside and let you know beforehand before reading the script, or do they kind of just give it to you?
The script? Yeah. We get it the night before at the table read, 2 nights before we start shooting.
Oh.
So, and only if something huge is going to happen to your character and something very final, or, do they call you in. But if not, you're pretty much in the dark until you get the episodes. Yeah,
occasionally they will tell you like a week or two before this. They'll be very vague and, general, but something is coming up just in terms of, they'll give you maybe an outline, but no specifics. Yeah.
I knew that. Yeah, and S for Superman. S for Superman.
Yeah, we don't need to worry about that SDC.
Yeah, that's true. Hi guys.
Hello.
What's up? What's up? Oh, I've never been better. Yeah. So it's an injury that I can at least say I sustained while doing a stunt fight, as opposed to that I was just trying to grab for my toothbrush in the morning. So it's good.
I think that's badass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Story. At
More,
least it's-
more wounds.
At least it's towards the end of the season. And, not towards
And
the
that's
beginning.
true, yeah. If this was in the beginning of the season, it would have totally sucked. And we're not going to be able to, do the rest of the fights, and it'd be horrible. But yeah, but this is not going to affect anything in the production.
So the first episode, well, we kind of saw the episode play, and what can you tell us about this new alternate universe for you guys, like your characters in this new world?
You want to take it first?
Yeah, I'm allowed to say, I just checked this, double checked it, because I couldn't believe I was able to say it, but in the framework, Mace is the leader of the Inhuman Resistance. It's one wearing a Rebel Alliance t-shirt.
And
Yes.
also a Shield Hydra.
The Resistance. Yeah, no, that's pretty good. That's a big one. It's a big one that they're allowed us to tell. Yeah. And I think what was really interesting about working in the framework is how to have these characters, how to justify all the things that are going on with our characters now, because it is such a complete 360 or 180. I know I'm Asian, but wait, 180.
You end up, yeah. Also, you're
Boy, those-
still be in the wheelchair.
You know the drug. The drugs kicking in. Yeah, do the 180. And try to justify why May would choose Hydra and want to bring down the Inhumans. I think it was really confusing for me in the beginning to work in that world and make sure to make May just as loyal to the cause as the real May, but just with a whole new set of agenda. And in a way, the Hydra May is just very cold, very calculated, very, very revengeful, versus the real May that is just trying to do good and fight against evil.
Do you like that better because you get to play bad?
I got to play bad, and with even less emotion. I don't know how that's possible.
Sounds to me, I'm just going to be here to talk there. It sounds to me like Mace and May might be on a collision course in this framework.
Well, it's interesting. But in the real world, we were we were always kind of antagonistic with each other.
Yeah.
And I
It's almost
think
like ramping that up.
I think it's gonna because now I'm Hydra and you're the Resistance, so we're still on opposite ends in a way. Yeah. So it should be interesting.
See, like talking that way, some of you guys keeping it straight, but especially for you, who just came on again, you were just getting used to everything. All of a sudden, am I Hydra? Am I human?
Yeah.
What is it? How hard is it for you guys to keep track of who's what on what?
Very hard.
It's challenging, but it's also exciting. Like, this is TV, so we've all played our share of doctors and cops, and really the star of the show week to week is the case. Oftentimes in TV, but to be able to play a sort of reinvented version of the character week to week, pod to pod, season to season, or whatever it turns out to be, it's creatively really exciting.
And I think that's the big difference for season 4, is that instead of trying to have a complete arc for 22 episodes, which is so difficult to do, they decided that the 9-episode, 8-episode pods work best because you can create a faster storyline and a faster arc and sort of have the beginning, middle, and end that people can follow, and then take a little mini break. It's almost like taking cues from Netflix and all these other series that have only 8 to 13 episodes. It is easier to write, I think, story arcs and keep it interesting and keep it vibrant, the action going. Then,
You can almost watch like the first, whatever it is, the first 7, was it? First 7 or 8? Then the next 6 or so, and then it's a race to the finish.
Yeah.
In 3 different sittings, if you were going to binge watch it.
So from, I know we have
But all of our viewers watch it live, which is exactly what they should do, right, Nick?
Yes, especially this last one. That's right. Watch it live so we can tweet together about it. We can live tweet. It's all about live tweeting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
And welcome back.
So funny. I go to WonderCon every year, and
You see the same thing.
Saturday at about this time, and you guys just happen to be here this time around. So, you know. That was supposed to be funnier. Okay.
I think it was exactly as funny as,
Thank you.
as it was.
I really want to know, after viewing this, how does it feel for you to be a double agent for good, and for you to make up?
And for me to what?
And your character.
Oh, I'm not Ian, but I'm
my God,
flattered
I thought
that you
you
think
were.
I am. Yes. Yeah. I'm Jed, and I'm married to her.
Oh, that's right. Congrats
Yes.
on the baby too.
Thank you.
That's
Oh my
okay.
God.
He's
I
gonna,
love it. He's
he'll
gonna love
never
that.
let me live that
He's
down.
actually gonna love
That
it.
is maybe one of the greatest things I've seen in an
It's
interview
okay.
like
I
this.
love
It's
it.
flattering because it means that you don't look at me and go, "Oh, that guy must be a producer." Yikes! That guy is a behind the camera type.
He grew his hair out.
Yes, he is
I was like,
definitely.
he grew his hair out. Okay.
He looks so different in person. He looks so different.
It's okay. We
And
all look the
thank you
same.
for dropping
we all
that
look the
fucking
same.
accent. Good Lord. Finally.
Well, how does it feel to be a double agent again, but this time for good?
I'm not used to it. I'm not used to it. I'm used to like having people who love to hate me and enjoying that. I do remember there was a turn, right? Because when I started in season 1, he was the guy who didn't talk a lot but did a whole bunch of the action stuff. He's the guy you went to when you needed a mission done. Cool. But then something happened, obviously, and so when we did Comic-Con again for season 2, after the turn, there was all these like boos and all of that stuff in a fun way. It meant they were engaged in the show. But I didn't at first know how to deal with any of that stuff. But then I learned. Because everybody needs like a villain. Every show needs a villain. And so I played into that. And so I learned to do that for seasons upon seasons of like, yeah, give it to me and play into that.
I'll also say that there are a lot of boos, but there are also some weirder yays. You know, after the turn, there was some more like, yes!
Oh, there
You know,
were
you're
many.
like, oh, what's...
Especially
yeah.
amongst like people that we work with. I remember our script
It
supervisor.
was the beard
Yes.
in season
She's
2.
a lovely African American woman. I think she's in her late 50s. And as soon as he did his first take is
As bad
as
Grant
bad
Ward.
Grant Ward, she was like, "Oh yes, honey,
Yeah.
come to mama."
She was like, bad Ward, I do not mind.
Mind if I do?
What do you privy to being a double agent for the new season? Is that a twist that
In very, very beginning? No, these fine people let me know about the episode before. Yeah. Which gave me very little time to do that. But you know, in a way, I'm very thankful for that. Obviously, it's the nature of TV because you're only, you have to produce a show each week. But I probably would have tipped my hand if I knew that information ahead of time. So I just tried to play each scene as truthfully as I could, and everybody on the show is incredible. And if it looks like I knew that I was eventually going to become bad, then that's because of their great writing.
It's because Grant Ward was such a good spy, he never let it go.
Exactly.
Now, is there any way you could bring back Grant from the dead through this framework?
There's always a way
There's
to do
always a
anything
way.
in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Our
Listen,
entire show is based
our
on...
series is centered around a man who was brought back from the dead.
Yes.
So anything is possible.
Just ask Coulson.
Yeah.
How fun was it to create this whole alternate framework, the pod, this third pod? How fun was it to create these characters into their different storylines?
I think it came at the perfect time. You know, we're in our 88th episode we're shooting right now. So, as you approach doing that much story and living with these same characters, it's nice to be able to twist things on their head and give our characters new roles to play, or just a different version of the roles that they can play. And also, it's just a great opportunity to bring back old favorites like this guy right here.
Another great opportunity is when we first, and he can attest to this, season 1, we put a S.H.I.E.L.D. symbol on literally everything, like the couch, the coffee maker, the toilet paper, everything.
All of our waters.
All our waters had
water
S.H.I.E.L.D.
bottles.
symbols. So now we get to do that with the Hydra symbol, which is a cool other symbol. So that's nice.
So this is how it's different, right?
Yeah. We put
There
symbols.
are
We got
Hydra
different
symbols.
symbols on different stuff. So
Instead of black, it's more like green and yellow
Yeah.
now. It's
Yeah.
great.
guys were told for the time change later on that is that when you decided to take it a little bit darker, or was it gonna go that way?
With our 10 p.m. slot?
Yeah.
I think a little of both, I would say, right? I mean, it's been progressively getting darker. I think that the show really found its tone in the episode where we revealed that Grant Ward was a Hydra agent.
We were already heading in that direction, and with the new time slot and also with character Ghost Rider, we knew that we could just dive in a little deeper with that. And I think it played well.
Yeah, I'm proud of it. How are you feeling?
I feel good.
Good, me too.
I agree, guys. Good job.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of the storylines that you guys, for the first episode, you guys have, what was the most fun to write? Of the new framework? Of the new
framework?
Yeah.
Of the new pod?
They're all
Which
fun.
character was the like...
I think that you'll be excited to see. I think Coulson was very fun.
Yeah.
I think you'll be excited to see Fitz in this new world, and
also just
they're
the
all
stuff
good.
between Sky and Ward is great. I mean, that is a fan favorite sort of as far as a coupling goes. So to be able to return to that.
Right. I felt like certainly this episode that you guys just saw. I remember Vince, the director, who was like, "Well, I'm kind of directing another pilot because what these fine writers and creators had to do was essentially create another world that we saw a glimpse of at the tag in 415, which was cool. Directed by Jed.
That was cool. That was a good point.
And then it's a good point there. And then when we come back, though, we have to sort of, for everybody in the
World
framework,
build.
it's just like it's a Tuesday. But for Chloe, well, for the people who are just entering the framework, there's so much that's new, and they have to sort of ask questions. But for everybody else, it's Tuesday. So I felt like that was really cool on paper when I was reading that. I was like, I don't know anything about the framework, so tell me. I thought it was very, very fun.
Great.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
You'll have to wait and see. Tell us about your role in the framework.
Well, we see that she has died. So we're kind of telling her story from the beginning, I guess, of like what we find out what happened, and we see that Fitz is very different, so you can assume that they're separated. And her aim is to try to get everybody, to get everybody out. So we'll just have to see if she can do that or not.
What has been like since with the new pod? Have they given you an idea of how your character's storyline is going to be, or do they not tell you to give you the script?
They give us each script kind of the day before, well, a couple of days before we start to film it. But so we find out week to week, like the fans do, but we're just a bit ahead. And sometimes they'll ask you a vague question to do with the episode, so you're trying to find out what's happening. And sometimes they just mess with us, I'm sure. Like, just like, are you allergic to silicone all over your body? I don't know. Actually, okay. And then there's nothing to do with that in the script. So sometimes I feel like they mess with us. But yeah, we find it week to week.
Sorry, I'm late.
Ian DeCastica, everyone.
I was doing a piss.
I said you were powdering your nose.
No, it's doing
That's the ladylike. Oh. Try.
One of the most intense scenes this season was when you were trying to figure out if Daisy was at LMD or not.
Oh, I know.
And like you shot her.
Stabbed me. He stabbed me. Daisy got shot.
Yeah.
I mean, we just had a lot going on. It was a great scene to do. I think when Chloe and I read that scene, neither of us thought it would be that emotional, and then when we came to do it, we both just started crying. We're like, oh my gosh!
Jed told me that you guys were like crying.
It was kind of great. It's an amazing. Well, I mean, we've all known each other for so long, and we are like a family. And so when you get to do a scene and you create something that neither of you expected, it's really special. I love doing that scene with her.
I think I'll sleep good. Bye, guys. I'm going home.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.
We need to bedazzle that.
What? Ballet?
Wheelchair. The whole thing. We need to get her a chariot.
Yeah. That would be cool. I think she's faking it. Whatever.
It is April Fool's Day. That would be amazing.
To play bad.
How does it what? Sorry?
How does it
pardon?
feel to play bad? Since you've always been the good guy.
It's not nice being nasty to people all day. It doesn't leave you with like a good
Yeah, but it's
feeling.
because
at the
you're
end of the
so
day.
nice.
No, it's not. That's probably more like myself than real life friends. But there is a kind of. I think when people watch the show, I think hopefully the majority, pretty much unanimously, like to see good overcome evil. But people do have not morbid. People do usually have a weird fascination with villains. They kind of,
Yeah, and they're kind of fun, yeah.
And so it's interesting to kind of get the thought process of it, and like because in their thought process, they're not evil. They're the good guy. So it's been interesting. It's definitely been a challenge.
Is it interesting to have a new love interest?
Yeah.
Hit me where it hurts.
Yeah.
Carry on. How is it?
They kind of told us that when Simmons is trying to get towards Fitz, when Fitz becomes aware, he still has this relationship with Ada, but he also has his original feelings for Simmons. So is that gonna play out for you guys? So you get to kind of play that out where he's conflicted in his feelings for both of them?
I think in the framework, if it's in the framework, he doesn't have any idea who Gemma Simmons is. So I don't know. Wait, was that the question? I don't know.
Kind of like when he wakes up, if he wakes up.
Well, we don't know if he does wake up.
We're not at that point. Who knows? Who knows? But that would be interesting.
Just at some point when you try to answer, but you really can't.
Oh my gosh.
But sometimes we really can't answer, but also sometimes we really don't know. We're still not finished shooting and stuff, so we're still kind of waiting for. We find out episode to episode. Sometimes we're kind of still figuring out as well, so we kind of want to find out just as much.
Yeah, actually, you mentioned that last year that they don't tell you guys what's going to happen. With this season, with so much stuff going on, did they tell you a little bit more?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Are they telling you stuff? Oh my god, it's only me. I mean, the last section, we didn't even know the name of it. Remember, they wouldn't tell
They kind of reference yeah, they do sometimes. You get little pieces, or like, Chloe, for instance, very good at like manipulating's a strong word, but she gets information. She gets information out of people. Let's just say that. And you're like, where'd you get that from? And she's like, I've got sources. I've got people inside. Yeah.
What are you looking forward to most this season, since it's a different kind of storyline? So what do you guys look forward to, since you're kind of playing your characters but not?
I'm looking forward to seeing how it ends. I mean, we're so close to the end now. I think it's going to be, and I'm looking forward to the fans' reaction to the framework, because I really think it's the strongest episodes we've done, and it's just so fun and so fast and just it's cool. So I'm excited to see what people think of it.
Yeah, same. I couldn't say it better.
Do you enjoy doing these pods, or do you prefer the arc of the whole season?
I think there's still an overall arc, but I think it's nice that each section is sort of more cohesive, because just of the way that it airs over here, I think it makes it more exciting to watch. And for us, it just feels like we've done 3 seasons in one this year.
Yeah.
Is it training as actors to do that? To cram all that?
No, do we look tired? What do you mean?
Oh, you look lovely.
Draining in a good way.
Yeah. Yes. I'm just agreeing. Yeah. She's
Sorry, that was the last question. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Hi.
Hello. Okay. Can you tell us? We got to see a bit of the first episode. Can you tell us what can we expect from the rest of the season of your characters and what you guys are going through as characters? Just emotional. I know you can't tell us much.
I'm a little confused as an actor because we're in this kind of alternate reality. We're not kind of in it. We're in an alternate reality. All these characters are, a few of them have been given, have fixed one regret, and that's kind of changed the world that they live in. And Daisy and Simmons are kind of gone in to go rescue the team, and it turns out to be much harder than they think it is.
I think what's very magical about the story is that the showrunners and the writers have come up with a way of being able to in many ways, take a Valentine and send it to all the fans that have been watching the show, for 80-something plus episodes. And at the same time, to allow the actors to be in a new environment, in new ways. They play the same characters, but they made a choice at some point, and that choice irrevocably changed their lives. And it makes you think about it. So if you've never watched the show before, you could start watching this Tuesday night at 10 o'clock on ABC, 9 o'clock Central. You could watch it because I think all of us at some point do wonder, if I hadn't met that person, if I hadn't taken that job, if I hadn't been speeding when I was in that particular afternoon, those are the kinds of magical things that you get to see and how they unroll with them. This story is not a dream. It's not a big what if. It has consequences. It has mortal consequences in the sense that if you die in the framework, you die in the real world. But more importantly, whatever you do in the framework is something that will live and haunt you, or make you feel good about, depending upon how it works. And then for Daisy and Simmons, they're witnessing it, so they're sort of the audience going in, going, no, you're not like those people. And then now I have to deal with them, and that's
kind of maneuvering around the world where Hydra rules, and trying to keep up with the life that their character had been living before they kind of took over their bodies in the framework, but also at the same time, trying to get everyone out without, because if you die in the framework, you die in the real world. So the repercussions are real, and that's pretty difficult. As an actor, it's definitely made me appreciate or notice the little things more, I guess. Like you said, just having one small act of kindness, one left turn to go a different way home, everything makes a difference. And so that's kind of the themes that they play with during this last pod.
Didn't say much about that.
I was just listening. I feel like they said it really well.
I'm also incredibly distracted by the fact that Henry and Natalia over there are literally like the greatest physical specimens of all time. And you're wondering, if they had children, would they just win every Olympic decathlon thing ever?
Like they would just, it's not fair, actually.
Says one of the most beautiful women in the world. But go ahead.
Well, with your character, he didn't answer. So with your character, he isn't woken up yet. So is there or when you got the storyline that this is what is happening to your character? So is there a reaction that you felt like when you read okay, so my situation, this is the situation now for him? So
Yes, I'd been playing this guy since 2007, sporadically and then intensely. And it's one of the great things about working in a world that's driven so much by imagination and a different, broader set of rules, that suddenly he's in a completely different world with a completely different history, a full lifetime of history. This is a different person who, with his own other heartbreaks and was never in S.H.I.E.L.D., and he's living in a world where various people's regrets have been cured, and one of those cured regrets leads to a world where Inhumans are persecuted and Hydra's in charge. So it's such a thrill to get to play this very different guy who sometimes is goofy, who's not necessarily heroic, sometimes is very unheroic, and it's a really it's one of the reasons I love my job, to be able to have that kind of breadth of things to play.
What was all your reactions when you saw, all of them like Fitz making out with Ada, she's a Hydra, and then Brett his character is now like a double agent for S.H.I.E.L.D. So what was the reaction when you saw these? Well, you wrote it, but what was the reactions that you saw when you saw that play out?
Well, we just watched the episode now at the panel, and I was really grossed out by Ada. And I felt like I was my shipping.
Your inner fangirl.
Was like getting crushed. So that was weird for me, and the audience was like audibly disgusted, which I think means they did a really good job because it just shows how much Fitz and Simmons I think should be together. In terms of Brett, I think it's such a great way for people who are huge fans of Brett, and obviously for us to get to kind of have Brett back. And
in a way, it's some moments of a relationship that Skye and Ward never really got to have, even before we knew really where he was going.
Right.
I got to say,
but Daisy
I think a lot of
knows
shows
now.
they show the episode and everyone goes out and has a smoke.
Yeah.
And in this case, everybody we haven't seen them. We worked so hard on them, and we haven't seen them. And our whole cast kind of went down to the front of the audience and lay around together on the rug.
Yeah.
A gross ass rug.
Yeah.
And
or carpet.
And watched the episode together and kind of were elbowing each other like, wow, you
we
would
never
kill
get to
that.
watch them together. So most of the country sees the episodes before
Which is
we
weird
do.
because we all live together in this big house.
Yeah, it's so weird. We all
It's
sit in bed.
strange. They never leave the stage. They actually stay on the ship.
We do. You might as well.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.